How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Art of Everything. I'm Frank and we're back at it again with another video. So before I go any deeper, I'm sorry that I haven't put in as much content as of lately. I work in retail sales and it's the holiday season, so it gets pretty busy. But during this time, I actually ended up going out and getting a camera, a new camera. So I'm actually using the Canon EOS M6, and yes, it's the older model, but to me, I don't think it's gonna make a big difference, especially because I'm really starting to take my YouTube career a little bit more serious, and as well as photography. And this little thing right here does an amazing job with both, and you can always upscale to 4K if anything. But we're not here to talk about this camera right now. We're actually here to talk about a lens that I purchased for this camera, specifically for photography. And it's a 25mm lens, and if you don't know anything about this camera, this actually crops at 1.6 times. So it's not really a 25. I can't do the math right now, but I'm pretty sure it's like a 30 something. But it's a nice enough wide angle. But the thing I love is that it's a f1.8 lens. So that aperture opens up a lot. And when I got it, co-worker of mine, he actually does music. I'll probably put a link to his Spotify if you want to check him out down below. And we, I told him, hey, let's go on a photo shoot. Let's go ahead and, see what this lens can do. And it was supposed to be, we were supposed to do this photo shoot around 6 when the sun was going to start going down. And we ended up doing it a lot later. If anything, I'll probably throw in a clip of the day that we went to go shoot, which was about 2 weeks ago now, if I'm not mistaken. What I'm doing right now, it's dark, as you can see, it's late, but I'm putting to work my new camera, the M6, the Canon EOS M6. And sorry if it's a little noisy. Like I said, it's dark out right now, and I'm technically using my phone for this instead of using the camera because I don't have a spare battery. So I'm meeting up a buddy of mine and we're gonna shoot some photos and stuff like that. And if he gives me permission, I'm gonna post them up here and just see what type of photos you can get out of it. And I'm also testing out my new 7Artisans lens, which it has an aperture of f1.8. And to be honest with you, surprisingly, at the price point, which was $60, that's a hell of a bargain. Yes, it's only a manual lens. It's not autofocus, so everything you do, you have to manually focus. But to me, it's not a big deal, really. So it's going to give me a big opportunity because I can push the aperture on my ISO on the camera up to about 800 and just use the lens for everything else, just so I can get a very clean photo. Hopefully it turns out well. I'm just waiting on him now, and hopefully he gets here and we can shoot some photos, and I'll try to put them up on the video, and you tell me what you think. If this is a camera you can definitely use to shoot some photos and stuff like that. Honestly, using the lens already, I took a few photos and I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty good. But I ended up bringing this lens, not this stock lens, because this one doesn't have a big aperture at all. And to be honest, this is probably just good for vlogging, for autofocus and things like that. And it does have optical image stabilization, which is cool. But this lens doesn't have it at all. This lens is all manual. So for anybody that doesn't do a lot of manual photography, this lens may not work for you, but it's very simple, very easy, very basic. And let me tell you this, it takes phenomenal photos, especially for the price. And this is the little guy here. It is, let's see if it focuses on this. Go on. Yep, Artisans, 7Artisans. And it's a small little lens, as you see. It's very, very tiny. You can tell it's not from America because clearly the box is basically like Chinese or something. This is what it comes with, and it's predominantly metal. The whole entire body of this lens is metal. And like, honestly, it's a phenomenal camera. Like, it opens up nice and wide, and let's see if we can get this going here. Hopefully you guys can see. Where is it? Yeah, I'm hoping that you guys can see it. You see how the aperture just opens up all the way and just closes. And the good thing about that is the fact that because it opens up all the way, when you're taking nighttime photography, you get a lot more light into your sensor to take more phenomenal photos. And this is an older camera. It's a 24 megapixel camera, but it's really, really good. Like, the 80D has the same camera sensor and everything in it, and people still use that. And you know, so why not? And I think outside of having the best equipment, the best camera, you have to know what you're doing with your equipment. There is no way you can buy a $2,000 camera, $3,000 camera, and if you don't know how to use it, you're not gonna be able to get the best out of it. And I think that when it comes to camera, you're the artist. The camera is just a tool. So like artists, you know, if they have a number 2 pencil, it's not going to stop them from not drawing out what it is that's in their mind at that moment. So just having a camera body is just a tool. Now what you do with the tool, it's really up to you. It's up to the artist, the person that's actually doing what needs to be done with the tool. And in this case, like, having this lens, and even though it's all manual, like I caught myself in some cases where I'm kind of out of focus, but in other cases, I mean, beautiful, beautiful photos. I mean, photos that you would think that you wouldn't be able to take because you think in your head, like, hey, it's not an expensive lens, and the camera isn't an expensive camera. The reason why I say this isn't an expensive lens is because I got it, I think, 60 bucks, 60, 70 bucks. Yeah, that's how cheap it is. And the good thing is it's a native lens to this. It's an M mount lens, so if you're getting a camera with an M mount, you can definitely get this lens with the M mount. But if I'm not mistaken, they have different mounts with the same sort of lens. If I'm not mistaken, I think I seen it with the EF mount. So definitely check it out. But in all reality, like, I'm gonna throw some photos somewhere around here, or take the whole entire thing. But you're gonna see some photos, and you be the judge of it. You tell me what you think about these photos. And to be honest with you, after reviewing them and editing them, because I shoot everything in RAW. I shoot everything in RAW just because I like to actually play with my images. And I shot everything in RAW and I edited them. And you know, like I said, my coworker, my buddy, like we went out and just shot some photos just to see what we can get out of it. And I kept talking about, like, man, it's too dark, it's too dark, I don't think we're gonna get any good photos, blah blah blah. And he would sit there and tell me, like, hey dude, like, relax, we're gonna get some phenomenal photos. And I'm in the back of my head, I'm like, are we really? But the truth is, we did. And you know, you can't compare a smartphone camera to a legit camera. You just can't do it. You just can't. Like, the camera can be really, really good. I mean, well, this camera can be really, really good, but there's so much processing that happens to it and things of that sort. And this right here is made with a bigger sensor to take in more data so then you can do what it is that you want to do with your photos. And I was very, very surprised. Like, even with a cropped sensor, what I can do with this itty bitty camera. And then also this itty bitty lens. Yeah. So what do I think about the 7Artisans? Do I think you should go out and buy one? Yeah. It's inexpensive. One. It's a body made of metal. Two. It's not autofocus, but if you're willing to get a really good lens for a really good price, this is where you'll go if you're just really wanting to take photos, honestly. And I've been looking online specifically for this brand, and I'm surprised how many lenses and how many mounts they actually support. And I thinking about actually doing more 7Artisans lenses because they're very inexpensive and the glass is not bad at all, honestly. But that's just my thought. Should you get one? Is it worth putting money into it? If you're just starting or you need something immediately to take real good phenomenal photos with a wide aperture, why not? Definitely go check it out. I would definitely get one. I don't regret purchasing this at all. So go get one. With all that being said, I'm gonna cut it short here. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, I ask that you give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. I do a lot of vlogging, tech reviews, camera reviews, a whole bunch of things, art of everything for a reason. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and subscribe now and comment your thoughts down below if you haven't yet. Tell me what you think. Would you jump on getting one of these? Till next time, peace.